What's up, guys? It is Gray, aka the Hokage, and it's Friday, it's Friday. Sorry, there's two separate thoughts. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's Friday, which means it's Bleach Day, which means we have 3 more episodes of Bleach to talk about. And these ones, it's starting. The show is starting to like find its place a little bit, except for the first one that we're going to talk about, which is episode 10, which was the Don Kanoji episode. Which was, I mean, it was fun, but it, like, wasn't important at all. He is a reoccurring character, and there's a whole filler around him, but, you know, he's not important. It feels a little loud. I'm gonna turn it down. It feels a little bit loud. It's a little bit quieter for you guys, than it is for me, but still feels a little loud. Anyway, so episode 10, which is Don Kanoji, basically, he's a show. Like, he's the host of a show. And he goes to, like, haunted places and exercises spirits for, like, giggles and stuff. And he goes to Kurakara town. And there's a spirit there. And Ruki is like... And Ichigo's like, oh, this is bad. That's a spirit. He's going to be a hollow. And she's like, nah, don't worry about it. He's just a spirit. It'll take him months to turn into a hollow. We'll deal with it then. And then Dawn, like, sticks his staff in his chest and makes the hole bigger. And then they're like, okay, well, that's bad. Basically, there's a hollow, Ichigo fights it alongside Don Kanoji, and it's pretty funny. Turns out Don Kanoji's actually a pretty decent guy, and he can actually see spirits. And that's kind of that episode. Nothing really, like, new comes out of it. Outside of it talks a little bit about how hollows are made, I guess. But, nah. Now, the next episode is when stuff starts happening. Because we are officially introduced to Ishida now. And God, is he unlikable when you first meet him. He's just a jerk. I mean, like, he's a jerk to Ichigo. He's okay to everyone else, but he's very, like, socially awkward, kind of. More not only socially awkward, more like socially bad, I guess. Like, he's kind of rude to people and he doesn't really notice it. It doesn't matter. He shows up. They're like, oh, this hollow appeared, then disappeared, which I don't know why it started happening now. He started to do stuff, but it doesn't matter. So she's like, oh, my phone's broken. But really, it's just Uryu killing them. Because his arrows just one bang hollows. And it introduces QUINCYs, which... Yep. That's really all I can say about that, is that QUINCYs show up, and QUINCYs are pretty important. So pay attention when they talk about the history of the QUINCYs, because it's going to be relevant. I'll tell you that much. But, he's like, I don't like Soul Reapers, because if you don't know, Soul Reapers killed all the QUINCYs. Most of the QUINCYs. And they basically are like, hey, I don't like you, blah, blah, blah. They have like tests. There's some cute scenes in there where they show test scores, and Ichigo and Chad are both pretty high, and their friends are like, oh, you loser. Or Hime scores pretty high, which could have fooled me, which they talk about, which is funny. And then it shows Uryu, who's number 1, of course, and that's where we get introduced to him. He shows up, he's like, I don't like Soul Reapers. I think I've said that like 4 times now. He doesn't like Soul Reapers. It's like his one character trait right now. So he doesn't like Soul Reapers, and he could sew. He challenges Ichigo to a duel. And he basically releases he uses hollow bait. Which is, by the way, he's like, I'm going to kill all the hollows. And then he definitely doesn't. He definitely doesn't even remotely do that. He's just camping in one spot and spawn killing the ones that show up near him. But all the other ones, like the one that, we'll talk about that next episode. Basically, Ichigo's like, you know, you're a jerk. I have to go make sure my sisters are okay because they have high spiritual pressure. And Ichigo runs off, and Uryu just starts killing them because it's a competition, I guess. And then to episode 12, which is the nitty gritty. Chad finally gets his power, which I actually thought Orihime was first. But nope, it was Chad. Because Chad is running away from a hollow and runs straight into Karen. Which, by the way, I like Karen. I forgot how much I liked her character. I am kind of bummed out that later a lot of the characters that we're introduced to now, like all of Ichigo's friends, even Chad and Uryu to an extent, but like Karen and stuff, Tatsuki especially, they kind of just get sidelined really hard, which is a bummer because I like them both. Like, I like them all quite a bit. They're all very likable, good characters, especially Tatsuki. It's a real bummer that they just get like shoved off to the side. Don't love that, but you know. That's one of the big problems, I think, that Bleach actually has. But it made up for it because Chad's part was super cool because it shows a backflash to his abuelo. Abuelo? Yeah, that's his grandpa. Abuela's grandma. And it's really cool. I love Chad. Chad's great. He has a really cool... I mean, not like a really cool backstory, but he has a very nice backstory. And he like gets knocked out because he can't really see the hollow when he was protecting Karen. But then he like comes to and he's like, I have to protect people. And then his arm, you know, gets the armor on it. And then he just punches the hollow. And it's sick. And at the end of the episode... Oh, also, Urahara talks a little bit about Quincy's. You know, like why they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. They just kill hollows. Which, by the way, Urahara... It is nice that they show hints to him being a Soul Reaper. That's pretty cool. Which, like, if you couldn't figure out. But, like, even if you didn't, if you're like, oh, man, he's, like, noticing all the Gargantas opening up. I do like that. That's cool. And he's like, yeah, Quincy's basically... They kill hollows as opposed to saving them. And there was a... You know, there was a disagreement, we'll say, about that. Which I don't know how much they get into right now. But you'll learn more about it later. Don't worry about it. You'll learn more. Yeah, and then Chad gets his arm. And then at the end of the episode, it teases Orihime's next. Because Tatsuki, Orihime, and then the chick who likes Orihime is like cleaning up the school. And there's a hollow that shows up. So she's going to get Santen Keshin or whatever it's called. Her earrings that turn into pixies. It's her power. Her full bring's weird. Oh, by the way, they're both full bringers. Spoilers, but like I know that. That's how they explain humans that have powers. They're just full bringers, even if they don't know it. Ichigo's a full bringer. Ichigo is also a Soul Reaper. So yeah, I almost spoiled stuff, but I'm not going to. Overall, not like a lot happened, but we're getting to the stuff where like it's a lot less I have to talk about it and more just like I'm reacting to it, and it's cool, man. As I said, I love this. This is so much fun for me because I haven't relived this ever. I don't think I've rewatched this first part of Bleach ever, and I don't even think I read it. I think when I was reading the manga for the first time because I had watched the anime and then read the manga, I skipped the beginning because I'm like I know what happens. It's not important, which unfortunately is kind of true, but it's nice. Especially at the little hints they throw about stuff other like happening. I don't like another small problem I have is Rukia is always like, whoa, so many hollows, but like she is like a strong and fairly high ranking soul reaper. Like, I mean not like super high ranking, but like she's let's just assume that I know she's weaker than Renji, but Renji's a lieutenant. And they're close, right? They have to be close. I mean, at least a little bit, right? I mean, obviously Renji gets buffed later, but as of right now, when Renji doesn't have his Bankai, they're relatively close. And Renji's a lieutenant, which is the second highest rank. So, like, she should be pretty... Like, these hollows are getting one-banged by Ichigo and Uryu, and those guys are not that strong compared to, like, other... So, I mean, when Renji shows up, I feel like... I don't know, actually. I guess we'll see. But I just feel like... Everyone's like, oh, hollows are so scary, but like they're already getting fodderized for the most part. Like, right. So I just feel like her reaction was a little weird. Also, Kisuke needs to get off his butt and help because he's definitely the strongest character around right now by a mile, I think. I guess you could argue for Ishida's dad and Ichigo's dad, but like, no, I'm pretty sure Ohara's way above both of them. Either way, it's cool. I'm loving it. Next episode is going to be Orihime-centric, so that's exciting. Orihime's a lot more of a character now before she turns into the Kurosaki bot, which is a bummer because I actually kind of enjoy Orihime right now, but nonetheless. That's about it. So, next week we'll talk about Orihime and whatever happens after that. I assume that Ishida is going to be more of an ally after this. I know that eventually Menos Grande, I remember Menos Grande shows up at some point, and those are big deals as of right now. They're not later, but as of right now, they're big deals. Oh, that's it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Check out my other channel if you like mobile games, because I played a lot of Grand Cross and Summon for Escanor, and those summons were really fun. And there'll be Legends content. And you should go bonker on that like button, because Bleach is tight, and Chad's the coolest. Until he isn't. Until he is again, and then he isn't immediately after. That is the cycle of Sado-kun. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more. In a couple days should be My Hero. And then, of course, in a week, we'll get more Bleach. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see all of you guys next time. Peace.